I understand that there are millions of Americans who disagree with President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris on the terrible war in Gaza. I am one of them.
Senator Bernie Sanders believes Vice President Kamala Harris will shift her stance on Gaza if elected. Many pro-Palestinian voters are frustrated with her lack of a distinct policy from President Biden's pro-Israel approach. In recent posts, Sanders acknowledged his disagreement with Harris on Gaza, but expressed his support.
And let me be clear, we will have, in my view, a much better chance of changing U.S. policy with Kamala than with Trump, who is extremely close to Netanyahu and sees him as a like-minded, right-wing extremist ally.
Sanders and pro-Palestinian activists argue Israel is an occupying force and call for an end to military actions in Gaza. In contrast, Trump's camp blames Hamas for civilian casualties, claiming the group uses civilians as shields. Despite these disagreements, Sanders urged voters to back Harris.
But we cannot sit this election out. Trump has got to be defeated. Let's do everything we can in the next week to make sure that Kamala Harris is our next president.
Some anti-Israel groups in Michigan have declined to endorse her due to concerns over her policies. Sanders emphasized Gaza isn't the only issue at stake and mentioned a recent Trump rally at Madison Square Garden.
All forms of bigotry, whether it is racism, whether it's sexism, whether it's homophobia, whether it's xenophobia, you name it. We have tried to fight against bigotry. But that is exactly what we saw on display at that unbelievable Trump rally.
He warned a Trump victory would negatively impact progress on all fronts. Although both ran as progressive in 2020, Harris has moved toward the center. Sanders has encouraged her to adopt more progressive policies such as a $15 minimum wage and expanded child tax credits. Since his endorsement, Harris has supported these measures, including the minimum wage increase, which Sanders praised.